Hello, everyone. Well, four of you. Hi. Gonna be doing just a little board run. So, doing some Fortress World Astra Militarum Commander. Yeah, soldier. Gonna go through. If anyone wants to talk about anything for any of the spreadsheet, any build questions, yada yada, or even what I've learned so far when it comes to DLC, I'll share everything that I can. But yeah, no, the Astra Militarum Commander is a bit of a funny one. I think it probably works best on a warrior because you're going to want to be up front anyway. But I'm going to do as a heavy gunner using close quarters. The way close quarters works is you take a permanent -10 to ballistic score, but then you can fire in melee. So we're going to sort of try to live up there. But no, like I said, yeah, I think the best way to do it would actually be warrior, have a pistol offhand, use mostly melee, and you eventually build towards Arc Militant's hood, and then with that, you can turn your pistol crits into more melee damage, and it just means the allies can shoot at your position up front, so it's actually quite good for a tanky character, but I didn't want to play that because I always play that sort of role, so I wanted to obviously go in with the soldier. Going in for ballistic skill, because obviously we're going to want some of that. We're going to want agility, perception. Yeah, they're the main ones we're going to need. My plan is to not be up front myself for most of it, so this could be an issue, the fact that we're going to be a bit squishy when we are up front, but we'll have to see how well we can do with dodge stacking. I have access to 3 Voidships, look at me go. Yep, that will do for a start. News about the DLC. So what I know about the DLC is actually what I'd already put on my YouTube. So let me just quickly bring that up. So this is going to be stuff from the discussion that the community manager had. So I summarized all of it. I did try to do a big post on Reddit where I broke it down further, but yeah, it got downvoted because apparently Reddit only likes smut. So let's quickly just grab this over here. We can have a little quick look at that. So to summarize, they will do a season 2 DLC if the first DLC sells well. And they said that any major balance changes would actually have to come through a DLC, so they're actually getting paid for the work. At the moment, roguelike seems quite low on their priorities. Basically, if we get a lot more hype about it, they are more likely to actually do it. So yeah, if you guys do want a roguelike mode where you can do like dungeon clearing or something like that, which I would really like, 'cause then it'd be a really good way to test and play around builds, then yeah, it needs to be something that the community is asking for more. How we get people to want that, I have no idea, because like I said, Reddit downvotes anything that isn't just fan art. Yeah, they're in the polishing stage of DLC 2, so we should be getting news soon. As far as I'm aware, the DLC has to come out before the end of spring. If they don't, they actually have to. They get in trouble with Steam because obviously with the season pass rules. 1.4 balance changes will be after DLC 2. All work is being done on the DLC, so they're not even touching balancing for now. They are looking into it, but no active development work's been done yet. They confirm they're going to be lighter on the nerfs than they have done with the big overhauls from before because they've had a lot of pushback on it, and you can't change the base game too much because then that entitles people to refunds. Yep, we're definitely getting cyber mastiffs, so Doggo's definitely going to be a thing. It's probably going to be an origin for the new companion. That's where I'd put my money. I don't think it's going to be Archetype type, but it could be. They haven't confirmed. Yeah, the community manager said he liked the idea of Mystic Pass, but that's just to him musing. I joked about them setting up a brutal mode was because of me and my attack action economy abuse that I've been showing off, because I've been going through the developer Discord showing off all the broken setups, so a lot of things might get nerfed because of me. um, but yeah, they are considering a brutal mode difficulty, much like Baldur's Gate 3 honor system, and yeah, they're also looking at Ulfar and Uralon because basics of gearing and the way their classes work, they pointed out that they are 2 of the worst setups. But yeah, because they have a season pass, they can't just infinitely delay the DLC because people have already paid for it.
An excellent. Allow me to introduce myself. I will be frank with you. Such are the but the
Alright, let's get this rolling. Try and get to some fun encounters. Now you have to bear with me because for combat I have always speedy mode on, so it can look a little bit jank. Or do I have it on? It's a little slower. I thought I had it on. Yes, we are playing on unfair as always. I haven't put on max sliders. I did actually fix the bug that always had me playing on much higher sends than everyone else.
All too easy. Nothing I can't do.
Something I've actually learned from a few testing is this guy purposely doesn't go for you. So even if I stand all the way up here, he will ignore me.
Suits my purposes.
And he'll go attack Comrade. It's weird they don't have planned much for OT. Like, it's big hype. The game's fun. I love that they made new DLC for Pathfinder. Yeah, they do seem to have plans. They are working on stuff, but it all really comes down to how well it sells. It would be nice to get another DLC. Oh, I need to move there before I accidentally get killed by an ally.
Not a problem.
But, yeah.
Suits my purposes. All too easy.
I didn't even think, and I reloaded in his face, and he one-tapped me. It's possible to die in the door. Whoops. I didn't even think. I just reloaded in his face. That's how confident I have been playing Blade Dancer. Oh my goodness.
Feel my wrath.
Sometimes you get too much into autopilot. Whoops. It's like when I was doing the Grim Dark challenge, I accidentally firestormed my whole party and I wiped out everyone but my Blade Dancer.
Suits my purposes.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting seeing what they do plan to do with the game and the DLC, because there's a lot of balancing issues that are just core to the system, so I don't know what they're actually going to do to fix some of it. Ugh, Conrad shooting me. So let's reload this time before we go over.
Already done. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
What's it? I'm a...
I was playing Baldur's Gate earlier, so I have to remember which one's the button for highlight.
A new challenge for me.
It's tab. But, yeah, see, I would much love them to get a massive investment so they could do a really big overhaul for the next one, but obviously Games Workshop are notorious for being a bit greedy of money, and obviously Owlcat's a small studio, so they don't quite have the investment to get us something really big.
Ion 6.
But yeah, no, a fully voice act game with like a full path and stuff would be so nice.
It is my decision. Blood right alone is... Moreover... Oh, yeah. Observe. I set the course for run. In
Take a knee.
You know, this might be one of the few classes where you're actually a little bit more useful in these opening fights, because of the high perception. Oh. I hate how awesome this encounter makes, yeah. What are they called again? Oh, blah, blah, melters, yeah, that's the word. Yeah, I hate how awesome this battle makes melters look, and melters are ass.
Nothing of value has been lost.
Death to non-believers!
Same Plasma, actually. Like, they did say that for the next DLC, they were also going to be looking to improve some of the less used setups and weapons. So whether or not Plasmas and Melters and all that actually do get some sort of boost will remain to be seen. Oh, look at Ablard go. Kicking ass. Unlike me.
A
tactically sound approach.
I don't mind this half voice acted way they do it. Yeah, to be fair, I don't mind that only bits are voice acted because I tend to skip a lot of it anyway.
Not a problem. You didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, no, Games Workshop need to learn to chill. And the fact that they're doing really good things with the Total War series, I'm hoping that we'll get maybe a Rogue Trader too.
Either the warp is more.
It's bugged me how you can never loot anything from this encounter.
Follow my lead.
Yeah, Space Marine 2, there wasn't enough content, but it was a really big hit. I actually need to do the latest update on that. But unfortunately, most of my friends, they played it in the first week whilst I was playing Rogue Trader. And then by the time I wanted to play, which was only after 1 week, they were like, yeah, we've done everything. There's nothing left to do. And I was like, oh, okay. So they didn't even want to play or grind for anything.
Settled.
Nice. No, that's good to hear. Well, they said that they might do another DLC pass if this one sells well, but I still feel like a second game would be better because there's so much base stuff that needs improving. Like, Operative just feels like a completely wasted and pointless class. Like, it's just not good. Oh, how is... Actually, yeah, I haven't even looked into the new bosses. Killing more Tyranids, killing more Chaos. Can't be all that bad. I actually meant to go back to Darktide as well, because they did a big update for that, and I was playing that until not too long ago.
Careful. Yep. Why? Because
I
am afraid.
didn't get the little insult. Ah, it's Tyranid. Cool. No, I like Tyranids. It's funny how well Helldivers, and then obviously Space Marine 2 did. It'd be cool if they did like a little Guardsman crossover. Yay, free XP. I do like the new cutscenes that they added as well. Obviously, this is one of the old ones, and you can still see they got that little bug where there's smoke shooting an invisible wall. I want to know what this power is, because that looks OP as fuck. That'd make operatives good. Like, why can't my operative do that? Like, an invisibility? Oh, a defensive option for operative that would also highly benefit assassin. Operative also makes sense as a stealth class, but the game has no stealth. Yep, dude, ACOS, that's literally what I was just getting at as I read that in chat. Shame. Yeah, Sony requiring that log-on for a little bit. That's actually I actually haven't played it since they added the requirement for you to make the Sony account, even though I have one. And then by the time they removed it, all the hype died out for my friend group, and we just never went back to it. Like, they had gone back to Warframe and Valorant.
Communication protocols, distance from temporary obnubilation, middle.
Now we get to see the awesome little Ablard one. Oops. I wonder how many people got stuck here because they didn't realize they had to interact with that thing, and then they just like uninstalled the game.
Run, fools, or fall.
Nice. Funny is in Serbia you can make the stupid Sony account, but they still remove the game for us. Oh, you got caught by that. Oh, that sucks.
Serving the gods of... You're in a bad way.
That's good. I like that you get like the little unique equipment to each class in this as well. Ooh, I picked up old
We are the
injuries.
spearhead of the Imperium.
Thank you. Now,
That is a notice. The lower deck. But that is not. You sent me. The Warrant chamber is at.
Out of my way next
death will find you soon enough.
comes a chaos.
Let's start you up here so we don't get swarmed. How many tiles can they move again? 6. So as long as I don't go there, it should be good.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake. Nothing of value has been
Nice.
lost.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Victory is imminent. It will be done. Reduced to dust.
It's a new space marine operation is not so good. Yeah, that's what they were saying. Obviously, I haven't tested it personally. Deals with enemies that are adjacent to the commander or their allies on external. The commander's allies suffer no damage from.
Nothing I can't do.
Oh, we'll use that to
My
do this.
tactics are flawless.
Turkeys. Gah!
And then we'll get Abelard up as close as we can.
Just a minor setback.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Never stop shooting, baby.
You didn't stand a chance.
So, do I want to grab Medicaid just for this battle? Actually, yeah, I will get Medicaid for the upcoming battle because we don't need to really push demolitions that hard. So we'll get Cabela and Argento both go demolitions, and I'll probably want to go into awareness. Yes. Now Abelard, he already gets Medicaid, so you don't actually need to go into it here, but I normally just pick it up there anyway, just give him a little bit of extra healing for the next battle. Oh yes, we want to loot. Las pistol and sword. Las pistol and swords. Then I'm going to just pop that into the secondary for those scenarios where enemies are too close. We good? Yep.
None shall stand in my
And that way we can use our military tactics, and when we get in close, we can also buff our allies with that. I'm hoping that they update the chain swords a little bit, because right now rock swords just invalidate every other melee option. Even a blade dancer can still use them in secondary. You just have 2 swords for death from above and blade dance, and then every other attack you might as well do with the rock swords.
Idira.
Blah 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 blah.
a new challenge for me.
Don't you dare to cross us.
Alright, so their Psyker's going to go first, so we're going to want to spread out a little bit. Abelard can go half cover there. I'm actually going to drop you back here and you back here. Actually, no, Abelard can go full cover. Why not?
Here we go.
Ew. Ooh, so these guys are actually still slightly out.
I know what is to come.
Go on.
On it.
Yeah, I should give a nice little jump. Do I even want to risk using a power? That is indeed the question.
Let's see how they respond to this.
He's in full cover, so we kind of don't really want to go for that.
Nothing opposing me
worse,
was
but not
your
by
biggest
much.
mistake. Forge ahead. Not a thing of value.
Oh, very nice.
At your beck and call. Follow my lead. It will be done. At your beck and call.
Blah blah blah. I want power tool, never two-handed sword, need to be supreme. Do you know, funny enough, I just don't use two-handed sword or even the emergency drill when it came to it. But yeah.
But the chamber thanks the Emperor is still sealed.
Your time. Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Behold the final dawn. I have never listened to that voice line till right now.
It came from beyond.
Yes.
It's March, thunder.
Blah blah blah.
Flee from this place while I still have.
You can't. It's only thanks to Master Spiders that we're still.
This
Okay. No, it's more psychic nonsense.
Follow my lead.
So we want to quickly give Idra one of these. Ablard, actually, we want to save to get an auto pistol because often you will use a 1 AP thing on him, but not really a 2. But yeah, Blade Dancer Executioner is actually really good for Priest because you can use self-flagellation. So you can put that Death World like injury build. You can use Flensing Faith to pump some more willpower. So yeah, against Xenos, so Act 3 and Act 5, you do some really good damage.
Your face.
sister, I beg of you.
I cannot wait. Enough idle.
What is nice is because we're playing a soldier, we do get the well-maintained lasgun, which means we can actually immediately get rid of her terrible bolter and just give her a lasgun. And then we can take her auto pistol and give it to Ablard. Nice. Everybody happy.
It's about time.
Yeah, dude, Psychers are cool. I do wish they weren't Jedi in this and they had more drawbacks. I think all Psychers should have the same peril chances as Idra being unsanctioned, but Idra should just have a slightly higher chance of her perils being a demon summon.
Would you look at enemies to face judgment? We are truly blessed this day.
Chaos guides me. Death will
My prescience has failed me.
Ouch.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
I serve the ruinous powers.
Papa Lard. Let's move you here. Oh. I was hoping I'd actually catch one of them.
Death to non-believers.
Alright, Idra. Yeah, we can take both of
But
them.
of course, farewell. Was that you? Or
Let's go all for it.
Too easy.
Even tortured to fight like this.
Oh,
Already
I forget there's always like an invisible wall somewhere here in this section. Throughout Act 1, early Act 2, I usually just run and gun shotguns and snipers while Gento and Idra Pascal 2. Yeah, no, that's pretty good for early game.
Rejoice in battle! Doubtest each strike is a prayer.
Yeah, shotguns and snipers are quite useful early game. Really good little support weapons. Oh, extra turn, did I? What? Are we still under the effects of regiment tactics? Yep. Wait, does that also apply to the allies? I think so.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Chaos guides me.
Alright, we'll move you to here in case we do get this hit. Yep. Can we actually get to any of them? No. But I'll go this side so we can start trying to move it around to get some blasts.
They who discern the future on the battlefield.
Okay, who can we get any of you without popping a blood at the same time?
Will do. On it. What an unfortunate turn.
Ah, we're still under regimental tactics. That means our psych ability also doesn't hit her. That's very nice.
Will do.
I didn't realize that regimental tactics applied psych powers. That's actually very useful.
Not you didn't stand a chance.
I want to be a little bit reckless and just push up.
My ears are ringing.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it.
Nice. Having these lads guns early on is just it's so
Tried and
good.
tested tactics are the best ones.
Ah. I miss. Where do I need to move Idra to not also shoot a blood?
There is movement in the Imperial.
Nice.
Anything else?
Easy miss.
Suits mine, nothing of value has been lost.
Did. Alright, let's pick up these scrap guns. This time I'd probably make sure Pascal stays more on the ship. Jay is a good skill master. Yeah, you can just use Jay instead of Pascal. It also depends on the setups. Like, you can obviously use Pascal as a bounty hunter to help support Idra so she gets more uses of her, like, buff rotation. You can use him as a grand strategist with, like, Missionary Oath to give, like, a free bring it down to the team. But also having a grand strategist that focuses on the zones is really useful. Because Cassia, you're going to end up focusing more on her powers.
I did fine. None shall stand in my way.
That wasn't so difficult. Over.
Done.
The premonition runs true.
I want the shotgun though. Argenta will have to wait. A-Bud's got 2 of those. I got 1 of those. Yeah, why not? Most of my team can look after itself. Now, what do we do? Seeing as we are Astra Militarum Commander, we might as well go Icon class. That always seems to be the way that people play it. I just like being dogmatical. But the Icon class powers are actually really good. And yeah, it'll be useful with the dodge cape. If I remember, we got some items here.
That wasn't so difficult.
Alright, a little bit of armor helm. What difficult is this? Always unfair. I never play below it.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Yeah. I could max slider it, but there's so many cheesy ways you have to play in Act 1 on max sliders, and it's just, I want to just get through as much as I could.
Sister?
Then we'll miss our chance
To be fair, also playing Icon class makes the next boss the easiest, because you also have supporters.
Where did she go? The
Off you toddle.
Too late. My lady.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
And now we'll also get about the Thundering Guns. So we'll start with some temporary wounds. Which, if we had any Death Warders, would be really helpful. Oh, yeah, we're not going this way.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
We need to investigate. It's about time.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like they still need to do something for operatives. After Act 1, they just don't really feel that useful. Because you just do too much damage, you don't really need their armor strip. And there's so many other ways to armor strip that they're just not really adding on much. Meh. Don't think there's anything in here to grab if I remember rightly. No, it's just stuff over here. So many little mini skips.
Tainted.
Plus 5% failure within. For now, you're actually going to be up front the most, so might as well. Alright, let's go.
Victory awaits!
Close ranks.
The masters demand your death!
At your beck and call.
And that will force him to need to move.
Indeed, I took care of this one.
All too easy. All
Kid could do worse, but not by much.
Yeah.
alone. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
The good one here is that Ida is going to be able to use her staff safely. Nice.
Just a minor setback.
A mighty 0 damage.
I will do my duty. My place is at the fore.
Unfortunately, we didn't really want our commander to be going here.
I shall not fear. Nothing opposing me was your biggest mistake.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. Strike is a prayer. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act.
But of course.
Only 4 didn't even get through the temporary health.
And grey hair, sure hair.
My
could actually run and gun it up.
Suits my purposes.
Hey, that'll do it. So we obviously got a firearm mastery. Now, camaraderie is something that we can do for each adjacent ally. So this is going to be something that's going to be very useful for the Militarum commander. But for this next fight, I was trying to think what we're going to really want. Because normally I always get rapid reload first, just to lower the cost of reloads. But alacrity is going to be useful because obviously each shot's going to give us agility. Eventually we're going to want to get some of the area stuff, but I don't really go do that till late game. We don't have rapid fire yet, so we don't need to worry about that. But for this fight, what would be best? Alacrity will be helpful, so our burst fires will actually give us some more dodge. But I don't think it's going to be enough for it to matter with this boss. So for now, I'm actually just going to take rapid reload just so we can get that done as quickly as possible, so we can just keep shooting. For A-Blood, I always grab defensive stance for this fight. So basically, he can just stand next to the boss and just get 20% armor. Now, Idara, one of the things that you could get instant exposure, because you're going to be using that every turn on the boss. Uncanny Sight is another good one, but because you can also use the psych powers, Aftershock is also pretty good. Yeah, so it's another way to help get through the boss. But you are risking using the psych powers, obviously. A-Blood's not really going to benefit from that all that much, but I don't think anyone else has a use for the extra 5, but we'll just throw that on. I don't really like the Infernal Pistol, in all honesty. It's good because obviously anyone can use it, but I just think melters kind of suck. It's nice to have. If you actually want to be able to get Battle Trance in Act 1, you have to take the Dogmatic option.
Help has arrived.
The turn order really determines if you're going to have a good or a bad time with this boss. So we are all going for before the boss. That means good times will be had. So Argenta, we're going to move down here. This lady, we're going to try and move up that way. A-Blood, essentially, we're just going to stand in front of the boss. So, what we want to kind of do... because we don't want to be within 2 squares of the boss, so we're going to start here, and then we're going to try and move.
Nothing of value has been lost.
I can still attack.
Not that you didn't stand a chance.
That had to have been a bug from Never Stop Shooting from the previous fight.
Has been lost.
Now, Argento.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! I'll do it.
Very good. We want to save that for Idra, and we're actually going to go before the boss, so this is actually working out very nicely.
Victory is
Now, just by leaving Ablard here and then not attacking with anything else, we're going to have 60% armor. So that should be enough to tank the boss, no problems. And then we get to go with Idra, who we are going to add this on the boss. We're going to expose weakness, so we dropped his armor. Then we're going to take a dismantling shot,
If only you knew what
drop
awaits.
even further, so now the rest of the fight's going to be a little bit easier.
Will do.
Throw out that shriek. So now all of these guys are going to start shooting the boss, who's knocked down Abelard, but the damage is going to be so low it doesn't matter. Okay, oh, we even got our Reverend Slaughter. So we're going to want to stay at least 2 squares away from this chap.
Let's see how they respond to this. Oh,
We might have done too much damage to him because we want to kill this guy first.
nothing I can't do.
Guided by faith!
Alright, cool. He's dead.
Cover me. On it.
Yeah, now the Chaos Spawn's armor, we can just obliterate because it's...
What does it cause? Why did I not foresee this?
Oh, Abel's getting bullied. He's back down. Alright, now we're going to have to be a little bit more careful. But I am going to heal him.
Need a little morale boost.
careful now.
Still need to keep 2 cells away.
Not a problem for me.
You, my Emperor!
We are shredding this dude.
My prescience has
Oh,
failed me.
we actually do want to get out of this nonsense.
I know what is to come.
How's his armor looking? All the way down 15%.
Anything is.
Bye bye. Let's not risk exploding our allies for now. Let's just take a one shot with her. Oh, we got a dodge.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Abelard doing exactly what he needs to. Just standing there and taking it. Easy.
Was your biggest.
See, Soldier does really well. Like, everyone forgets that it's actually a good class because everyone's been so wowed by Blade Dancer. Like, the damage that you're getting off, especially off a Fortress World character, it's just good turn to turn. It just, unfortunately, towards the end game, yeah, it doesn't keep up because the game's so designed to be front-loaded. What did I want to take for the second talent? I normally get fired up here, but I could also take Alacrity if I want to have my dodge up so I don't get destroyed when I'm up front. I will take fired up for now, actually. I normally do the same in Argenta. A-Blood, I will grab Thick Skin. And Weapon Skill. Yeah, you could get Toughness, actually, because that would get him to the next breakpoint, so you actually have a little bit more health. Because I am using that little +5 gem on him. Idra is an operative. I actually get ballistic skill on her early because I like to make her into a sniper. And I'll also grab uncanny sight. Oh wait, no, common talent. I see. Then if we're getting a common talent, what do we want for Idra? Second sight or psychic barrage. I will get second sight actually just to get a little bit more distance. What kind of build are you doing? I'm doing Astra Militarum Commander. I'm going to go close quarters, heavy gunner area as well. So to get right up front and just ducka. Oh, so the reason I take Grenadier on everything is basically because it's just really, really good. It's like, yeah, because if you're not using Iron Eye grenades, or even Tears of Repentance, you're probably not playing on unfair. But what you got to remember is grenades, it just increases your attack economy. Even if you just use the damage ones, that's an extra area attack. Like, if you don't want to use Grenadier, just swap it to anything else. But it's super useful. Yeah, you get infinite resupply of Tears of Repentance, regular grenades, and obviously Iron Eye grenades, which half enemy armor. And there are so many effects that will proc. Like, throwing an Iron Eye grenade just directly boosts the damage that you do with an Executioner because of fragile playthings, which is where most of your damage actually comes from. Out of here.
By right of blood success.
Yeah, we could have refused. Speedrun the game. But no, I'm looking forward to the next DLC. I'm hoping I get to test it. I know of the first DLC, all the creators in the Alcac program, they got to play it for like a month before it came out. And not many actually prepared content. But no, I'm going to be on that. If I get month early access, I'm going to be breaking everything. Everything. And I'm going to keep it all quiet till the first week of launch is Blade. Now, let's speed through some of these. Yeah, let's take the icon one first. Yeah, dude. Can't stress enough. Grenade's super useful for every build. And yeah, if you don't want to use it, whatever. Whatever suits your play style. I don't use It Will Not Die, but maybe you want to use that, or maybe you want to use Nimble, or maybe there's a weapon you want to pick up for that. Like, yeah. Okay. So we can actually use this cape now. Ablard's the most likely one to actually get injuries because he's going to be up front. Okay, we can take off that second one because Argenta's not going to really use them all that much now. Yeah, no, Burning Death just goes in hard. But with Burning Death, if you actually throw out that Iron Eye grenade, it will actually massively increase your damage. Because, yeah, fragile playthings. I actually rejigged a few builds to focus on that. Alright, let's quickly go straight to the Voidship to get some goodies, and then go over to Urac 5. It's literally just better stuff. Better armor. We've got that flamer, which we'll save when I actually get the flamer stuff. Argenta could use it for now, but then she loses her melee option. Alright, let's quickly grab some XP from up here. Sweet, deny of nightmares. Burn! Quickly scan the planet, then we'll head up there. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, it definitely... Regimental Tactics needs the melee part gone ASAP. It's such a weird limiting factor. But obviously, I think they wanted it to be pistol and sword, but they hadn't really built it to it. Yeah, but it means that at least you can get in with the commander, and you just do massive damage when you do a burst fire if you just ram that thing in their face, like, ah. Really get yourself in there. I was not reading any of that. Skip. Hey, Blood, if you would be so kind, introduce me. Yep, nothing for them. Cool. Promising to keep her alive.
Over.
I won't tolerate weakness.
White. Bright, pure color. And it's all riddled with horrible veins that carry the poison of fear and pain throughout its body. Who are you? Why are you crying?
If the witch is talking about the enemies of humanity who set...
I won't heed your cries of
Okay.
Them.
A-Blood. Oof. Can't really get to a good position. Catherine, we want to hold back a little bit. We need to spread them out, because otherwise we're just going to get caught by a burst fire, because they practically ignore cover. I might sacrifice A-Blood and put him out of cover, hoping... No, that's still in line. They're going to target her. Oh well. Let's try to limit the amount of them that get hit. Ah, yes, A-Blood. Soak it up, boy.
Already done. There's nowhere to hide. Absolutely
Wrong click.
not. Ultimately, didn't stand a chance.
Knives are so underrated in weapons. Yeah, they are. And there's some really good knives as well. There's practically no reason to use them.
At your beck and call. It will be done. I would one fewer target.
The nice thing about having the commander is it's like everyone has controlled shot. Just
Not by much.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
don't explode Hydra.
Anything else? Will do.
Just a minor
Nice.
setback.
Break them around.
I've gotten worse.
Suits my purposes.
Can I fall back now.
Follow my lead.
Ew.
Follow my lead. Brace yourself, Abelard. It will be done.
Rejoice in battle! Faith without deeds is worthless.
Meh. I can't really go for a staff attack now. But, let's see, what's her 28, 20%? I could go for a shriek. We can brave it.
What an unfortunate turn
Sweet.
of fate.
I took care of this one.
You're gonna start picking up injuries soon. Right,
Back into
we
the
will
fray.
get rid of that for now.
Nothing I can't do. Already done.
Follow my pain cleanses the body.
I've suffered worse. At your back and forth. One to a target.
Ooh, do we want to use this here?
It will
I
be
don't think he'll actually have enough to get to them. However,
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Power resides in the will of the righteous.
oh my god.
As the Emperor
Oh my god.
commands, I act.
Just miss off miss.
What is this foreboding? Be gone. Will do.
XCOM. Right, you are all the way back there.
Follow my lead.
My ears are ringing. A tactically sound approach.
Doubt is with you.
Ah yes, tactical gameplay, running into the open. Can I even get line of sight?
They who discern the future own the battlefield.
Well, we took the increased distance for a reason.
What advice do you seek?
Noise. Some better armors.
Who thought that was a good idea?
I failed this.
A nice little stroll.
Just realised I only had Abelard selected, so it said 70% because it was taken in Argenta's skill check, but it didn't send her up there.
Excellence matters. Halt! I noticed something.
Nice. We get ourselves the Ripper Auto Pistol and some other little things. So for now, we can give this over to Hill.
Follow my lead.
But remember, yeah, there's a little thing on the table here as well. Let's go get our lovely Lady Cassia. But yeah, it'd be good to see what they do with the new companion and what it's going to revolve around. Because obviously a lot of people want a tanky shield character. But that will overlap with Warrior quite a bit. So they could actually just give us the item of shields and they don't need a class on that.
In service of the Lord
Oh no.
Captain.
In his
That's going to be annoying. What's that? Penalty to strap, test agility. Ugh. Wow. We know what to say about that. Let's just pop back to the ship real quick. Imagine taking negatives.
I did fine. I'll lay claim to the stars.
That's one annoying thing about early game where you don't have trauma kits. Oh, right, we actually do want to put on those persuasion gloves real quick. Who's got the highest persuasion? 35? Is it actually Ablard? Yes, it is. Okay. Right, I'll borrow them for now.
None shall stand in my way.
Nothing's impossible for this old...
So we don't know what the enemies with the Grand Tithe could be. Orcs would be cool, but I seemed the way I'd read it that they sort of implied they weren't going to do orcs, but I don't know.
The premonition runs true.
But I hope it's orcs, because orcs is the main enemy of Rogue Trader the tabletop. So no, it'd be really cool if they did add orcs. Yes, suicide. We definitely want in here, so we're going to use that.
That wasn't so difficult.
And longlets. Better dodge.
Ah, damn it. Over.
Much better.
It's about time.
Yeah, we've not really had anything confirmed on the what we're going up against. Like I said, fingers crossed on orcs. I really hope it's orcs. Right, just go through all of these options. Ah, no XP for me. Yeah. A lot of people actually do ask for that. Yeah, because there's some really famous orc sort of freeboot captains. Well, there's one particular, the one you mentioned just there.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh. Just realised I hadn't gone over here yet.
Excellence matters.
You know, I have a little spreadsheet with some of these puzzles because I don't remember all of them top of my head, and one of them is for making these because it's 40 EXP, which does help actually get to the next level before the next fight. Alright, let's smush some things.
We need to investigate.
He's from the Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Ah. God, Dawn of War 2 is so disappointing after Dawn of War. I didn't like that they changed the system so much. Right, let's get my little thing open. Because I don't remember these puzzles. Don't mind me just opening my files. Aha. So mutated flesh sample. Crystal dust with the biogel. $41 okay.
What is that?
This is actually very useful when you go into the Anvers base, because you can make everyone immune to toxic. So you can do that battle in the toxic thing very easily. Now, I've had so many blade dancers lately that I've never had to use that. But so flesh sample, unidentified acid. Then 04. And the adamantine dust.
Something of interest.
Cool. Nice little bit of
Victory
EXP.
awaits.
Yeah, so we only need 37 to actually get to it now.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
Follow my lead.
And she's down. Okay. And a quick little level up before we go down there. So yep, ballistic skill. We're gonna take rapid fire. A-blood. We are going to take taunting scream and athletics. Idira doesn't get her ability yet. What did I want on her for this one? Ooh, am I going to go the pyromancy build or the regular one? I think I'll go the pyro one on her for this one, especially seeing as she can freely blast stuff. So we'll grab uncanny sight and more sniper, so we can actually hopefully land some of those shots. And yeah, we'll get the same Argenta.
None shall stand in my way.
Now, I need to test regimental tactics to bring it down, see if it lasts the full round or if it's just till the turn. So it'll be interesting to see. I forgot to put grenades on.
And bow before me.
Alright, so he's going to go, then this one's going to go. So the shotgun motherfucker's going to be the one that goes. So I'm going to pop A-Blood here. We're going to want everyone else actually quite far away from that bastard. So Idra, risky having her there, risky. Oh, he moved. It's not bad. Yep, shotgun guy.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith that this is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
Follow my lead. My faith softens me. Follow my
I've
lead.
found it worse.
Break their morale.
Nice, with the stair.
Moving out.
Alright, so which one's the shotgun one? You are.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Stay vigilant.
So I can actually move here fairly freely.
Not a problem for me. Oh, nothing of value has been lost. Nothing I can't do.
Okay, Idira. Now I was gonna snipe, but it's kind of juicy.
Cover me! Anything else? What an unfortunate turn of fate.
You're out in the open, can't get to you. I can
Will
get to
do.
you.
Weapon at the ready.
Will endure.
Follow my
Ooh,
lead.
our gen took some damage there.
Weather the storm.
Oh, soul gaze.
My faith.
Grey hair, sure hair.
Nice. So some of you are surviving, and we still got regimental tactics up, so we can freely blast.
Doubt is for the weak.
Follow my lead. Break their morale.
Nice.
Stay vigilant.
Ah, even these guys get the bonuses of regimental tactics. Very nice. Oh, she has a bonus turn.
Guided by
Her
faith.
bonus turn, however, has full AP.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh, I think Finest Hour does.
Follow my lead. At your back, and I took care of this one. Indeed.
Weapon at the ready.
Suits my purposes.
Oh, can we get anywhere to finish these guys?
I know what is to come. On it. The whispers must be appeased.
With Cassie, I've started giving her Show the Path. Yes, Show the Path is good to get an extra charge. And it also gets another infusing buff.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. I'll do it. Fate eradicated.
My faith. Strength and follow my lead. Break their morale.
Step aside. The Navigator is coming.
Moving out!
My place is at the fore. It will be done. Victory is imminent. At your beck and call.
How is he still alive?
Stay vigilant.
Opposing me was
Smush.
your biggest mistake.
He dies.
He
Yeah, no.
What? I...
Cool. And loot everything. Oh, we got another shotgun. Well, Argenta can use that now. Lamp. Didn't even need to use the other one. Yes, we will give Abelard the Deadshot snub revolver. Yes. So then Cassiar. It's fine. What have we got here? This one is the castigation one, so we'll move that to secondary. I want the infusing and primary. Why not? Let's give you a grenade. Get Papillard a grenade. Idra, who actually gets intelligence bonuses, grenade can have one too. So yeah, with Cassia, she actually, obviously, you can get Held My Gaze, which does a lot of damage actually. It's pretty close to Immolate Soul, but it's single target. In reality, that's an AoE infusing buff. Glimpse of Faith, that can be obviously another infusing buff. Point of Curiosity is the best thing because it stacks up all the enemies. Show the Path's good to give a charge, but it also gives an infusing buff. Honestly, these three, Touch of Anger, Spot of Apathy, Vigil Beyond Time, not really used them all that much. But I do like Waking Nightmare and Warp Curse Unleashed. Zone of Fear is just kind of one that you kind of need to sometimes pick up, but it's not one I want to. But yeah. Yeah, I don't like Notch of Purpose. I'm just not a fan of it. Anyway, willpower, mastery of time. Eye blight. There we go. Then we want to give lasting impression because it's very good for the first half of the game, and then more willpower. Yeah, show the path. It's a must for a melee bounty hunter. Interesting. I have never played melee bounty hunter. And seeing as only operative and soldier can go bounty hunter, I definitely would not use a melee bounty hunter. Reveal the light when she could buff herself. Let's be OP. Oh, and she can use it multiple times a turn. Yeah. Yeah, that's the balancing issues. Yeah. Yep, you can have your things. Soldier melee B. Soldier melee. Yeah, it is useful just to get another buff and obviously to get another 3-0 AP. It's useful for everything that wants to melee. Loot everything. Alright, let's go get more things whilst the procession starts. Well, the thing is, Soldier gives nothing to melee at all. Absolutely nothing. So it's kind of why I don't build melee into Soldier.
Lord Captain. Come. They're up. I beg your... At the same time...
Oh, don't know why I picked for that last one. Oops, might have been the wrong one. Hold on. Yes, I can collect a bunch of EXP talking to the crew now, as well as going in to do the shower scenes. I will do that after the Cabela thing. The one annoying thing about Owlcat games is every time you try to traverse, then you immediately get loads of little cutscenes popping up like this. It's the same in Baldur's Gate 3 when you're trying to rest. It's just, it doesn't flow very well. It's just...
Dumb.
Give melee assassin, please.
And we give. But there are others. The virtuous martyrs who contravene his. The bloods. I give the order, Domin. Adapt.
Oh yeah, Pascal in the shower. He's quite funny.
Welcome his embrace.
The angels blessing away!
Trust me. Come. The other side awaits, as the tenets demand, as honor ordained.
Blade dance is so good. It's just what even is that?
I will be your end.
Surrender to the
The
dark
shadows
powers.
will. A mighty blade whispers your name. Come. The other side awaits. As the tenant, let your soul be purged.
Ah! Death to the weak! I serve the ruinous
Aim for the heart
powers.
next time. Killing brings me no pleasure. Caught by the web.
Oh, it didn't take the other one.
Ah!
I will not die in dishonor. Death is a blessing. Trust.
Ridiculous. Do soldier area attacks buff apply to melee? Oh, actually, that is interesting because you do have area attacks, and I know the warrior area attack buff where you had strength was applying to ranged weapons. Maybe it does. Yeah, as I said, that's one thing I haven't tested. The foe hammer from up close makes up for it. Yeah, foe hammer's really good. It's 1 AP shotgun blast. I will be using that when I get that. Ah, well, speaking of which, I can go pick up all my bonus items. Yes, I have completed Grimdark. Give me stuff. Yep. Yeah, baby. Ooh. Do I want that one? I haven't tested if that's messing with the crit chances. Before, that was actually allowing you to do extra crits, so that was pretty nice. Cassia, we're going to want to give you this. We're going to want to give you this. Receive 5 less damage from critical hits. Yes, please. Who do we not want to die? Who's likely to die? Probably me, actually. We got any icon class. You're not really going to benefit from this, but it will do. You'll not use that for very long. Keep Bella. Which Cabela build do we want to go for? You know what? I'm just going to go with the normal executioner one. So for the starters, I will give her Dueling Mastery. Weapon skill. Ooh, yes, because she's not Death World. Then we want Blood Oath. And then obviously more Medicaid. Set the scene. I still had the Medicaid on them. We're gonna have to power through these just to get the XP. Idra. Nice. She gave me booze. Every little helps. Argento. Failed. Yeah, see, with the design of it, having to do them one at a time, that you can't just cycle through them all in one go, it's a bit of annoying. Because obviously, I'm going to smash through all these scenes to try and get that early XP. Well, we got a painting. Cool. Then we can move on. Oh, actually, let's have a quick look. Is there anything that I wanted to add? Blast Wave, yes, great shotgun. If you're actually using a pistol, the fact that this one has melting on it is actually pretty damn good. Reduces deflection and armor, so this is like really good early armor strip. Free rate of fire, not the best, but when you add in the Temperis Elite Carapace backpack, you can use this to do some crazy armor strip. But by the time you get to that point, endgame, it's not really all that useful. But yeah, no, outside of that, really good. Alright, Wrath St. Drusius. Then we're going to want to... Do we want her to Spinner's Blade? Critical hit chance. Yeah, I guess. Olympus is actually not bad either. So we can use 2-weapon fighting with it. I will throw that into A-Blood secondary, actually. Cool. Yeah, it was a reward for being part of the pre-launch, so I don't think you can actually get it now if you don't already have it. Then we go here. Oh my god. So many cutscenes. Yeah, from the beta. It's also how you get one of the ships, like you can't get any other way. Oh, yeah, let's go down to the depot, see what they're up to. Let's get me some free XP before I go to the prison world. So something I've realized is when you go to Act 3, there's a scenario where you can actually not have any companions for the first few fights. So if you take any of the Psychers or the Navigators, they end up in the Opera, but with a combination of other companions, you're still fine. However, with Cabela being a DLC companion, she also gets locked in the Opera, so you can actually take all the Psychers and Cassia and Cabela, and then you're only left with one ally for that section. When DLC 2 drops, I'm guessing they're going to put him in the same cages, so you could actually, when you go to Act 3, have no companions available until you get to the Opera, which means the first arena fight, the Commissar, and the Malice fight. So yeah, that could suck.
A new challenge for me?
But yeah, we'll have to see. I've already pre-reported that, but we'll have to see if that somehow makes it in.
I still do not see our purpose in coming here.
Relax, old man. Going for a stroll on the lower decks, everyone.
Alright, let's go see what the strikes have to say for themselves. Alright, we did it peacefully, so we're going Viking class. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, he should have an animal companion. I think that's going to be his origin. He's going to be like a Cybermastiff handler. But yeah, the Malice or the Commissar fight solo would suck.
I see what others do not. I rise to the occasion. I won't tolerate weakness.
It was so fun. My first time I played it, I didn't notice these Steam things that show you where you have to go.
We should deal with this.
Done.
Nice. Big boy grenades. Yep. Yes, please. Yep. Yep. Yeah, dude. I hope he is a Judge Dredd style character. It's gonna be so fun. Cool. Level 7.
None shall stand in my way.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what advanced archetypes the new one will get. I'm guessing the new tier 1 will come with a new tier 2. The tier 2 will probably be for the new tier 1. It will probably be for officer and soldier. So those 3 will be able to use it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see which else can actually go to it too. Like which ones it will have access to. No, it's all gonna be very interesting. So my perception, my perception and my agility, I could both get up to the next stage. Which one do I want to do first? Do I want to have the extra dodge to start with, or do I want to have the extra perception to start with? I think I'll go with the perception just to try and make sure I get some of those early hits. Common tablet, I can take. Yeah, let's get familiar kickback. Start getting some more uses out of that. Blade dancer, yep, weapon skill. We're also going to want blood rush. Bing bang boom. Cassia. Well, we're going to be able to get reveal the light, which is very nice. Let's see, which one do you want to prioritize? I'm actually looking at my own sheet here. Here. Yeah, I have Oblivion. Argent. So, again, agility won't give her much here, nor will perceptions. They're both uneven. But I'm probably going to take the agility for now, because I'm going to need to take the strength for the heavy guns. So perception, I'm going to mass boost in tier 2. Here, you can take the Emperor Protects. It doesn't really add anything, but you can do it. You could take Cleansing Faith, which would be really good, but there's only one demon enemy in all of Act 1. I don't know if it applies to any of the other mutation stuff, so this might not actually do anything for her at this point in the game. But I don't know if what the mutant enemies count when we go through the sewage or anything. I'll grab it anyway. That is the main reason why we have it. Alright, so Idra, we can then grab some pyromancy. Alternatively, you could also get prescience up here, but I don't really need it. You could also get biomancy, but again, my main character at the moment is focusing on blasting, which also allows my allies to blast more, because obviously that one turn doesn't kill any of my guys. And Ablard, we're actually going to be going for the Arc Militant variant. So, anyway, weapon skill, dueling mastery. I don't pick up Combat Master. I feel like it's a bit of a waste. There's very few scenarios where you should leave someone surrounded. Yeah, I don't think mutant enemies count. I think they're also humans because they're not technically Xenos or Daemons. But it should count for the Chaos Spawns, so it will help burst them down. And if we get lucky, we'll get a bunch of Chaos Spawns because they give more XP. We don't want to give them fuel. We will give them everything else. Alright, let's keep going. Here's one of the hard encounters, well, harder encounters for Act 1. None of them are particularly that hard. I read that Acres and I was like, oh, merry man. So no.
Victory awaits.
Skip. Now, do Chaos Marines count as Daemons? No, I think they're humans. I don't think it works on Aurora, if that's what you're asking, because obviously he's an enhanced human.
Never
Alright,
doubt me.
so we're gonna want you here because we're gonna get hit from a grenade from this side. So we're gonna want our high agility characters over here. And that guy's gonna run through and try and just slice up my guys.
A new challenge for me.
This can go wrong.
Halt! I noticed something.
Cass, tell me, what do you see when you look at me?
Usually a colorful pandemonium, but now your colors have faded. Are you afraid of me, Idira? Or of what I might see in you?
1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Tried to keep them as far away from the grenader at the start here.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
He should have very limited space to run around us here. So what I can do is I can also be the one to throw the grenade. Which one was the grenader? You. Alright, it's you. If we knock him down, that will also stop him using a grenade. Is there a way we can get all of them? No.
Never wavered in the face of adversity. Not a problem for me. Suits my purposes.
Alright, where is the swift prisoner? Nimble prisoner, there you are.
Death comes in silence.
Alright, and if we blood oath, we guarantee that Blade Dance will actually land.
As honor ordains. Trust me. The shadows will soon be done.
Alright, that's going to get some good damage on him.
I shall not fail.
Force grenaded. Now, with all these guys lined up,
Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I act.
we can really
do
go
it.
down on here because we
As
can't
the
hit Kabila.
Emperor can escape the Emperor's
What is
judgment.
done cannot be undone.
Okay, so this bastard.
Will do. Anything else? Be gone.
How did he not die? Oh no.
Will do.
Let's give her dodge while she's laying on the floor. Ooh, Nimble Prisoner just ran and really hurt Argento. Oh my god.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Well, we could buff Ablard. Ideally, I'd want to get Kabila, but she's just slightly out of where I need her to be.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I'll do it. Each strike
Nice.
is a prayer.
It will be done. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. I will do my duty. It will be done.
Okay, you had been knocked down. Let's play dance.
Brings me no pleasure. Trust me. As honor ordained.
Good hit, good damage. Alright. We're not going to be able to catch him this turn.
Pain cleanses the body. As the Emperor commands, I act. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Missed twice. Idra got knocked down, so she obviously doesn't get her little turn.
I have read tomes of military tactics. If I may, isn't this a job for the serfs?
Nothing I can't do.
Also missed, okay. Abelard. Can't get up there.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed.
Try and really get these shots off.
Ult, nothing of
Cool.
value.
Argenta took a crippled leg. Stop over. See if we'll get the little knife. Yeah, it's funny because someone was saying about knives are pretty good. And yeah, a good example of that is this knife with the prisoner shrank. Because look, 4 to 18, dodge reduction 60. That's really good. But yeah, there's just no one really suited to use it.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Hey, your virtuousness. How are you doing?
I was born to wage war against darkness. I am always doing wonderfully when danger is near.
Excellence matters.
Yes, we're going to let the pirates go because we're on the old icon class run. Skip. A warrior rogue trader I think is the best for a knife build like that. Yeah, it's gonna make sense. Like you'll have less parry when you're using that unless you have something else in secondary. But yeah, Blade Dancer can't use it, which kind of sucks.
It's about time.
Just as ordained.
Hey, what's that?
Oh yeah, there's the faux hammer. Oh, they fixed it. It's now 2 AP instead of 1 AP for the shotgun. Oh, little nerf. What kicks Abelard got on? He's got the icon class follower on, but he's not really gonna get much out of that dodge. So for now, I'll throw on that one. But yeah, no, I do like the faux hammer, and we're gonna want to be up close anyway. So if we put that on there, we can then use the sword just to get the extra parry reduction. We can then put Blast Wave onto Argenta, so she's got extra knockback. Yeah, face tank with heavy armor. If only that was good. Like, until you have, well, frontline and grand strategist, like heavy armor is very, very lacking, at least in my opinion. Yeah, I'm a light armor loyalist.
Follow my lead.
On that note, did we pick up any? Not any good ones yet. But let's quickly get rid of these injuries, then come back down to go fight the boss. Mwah. Yeah, this encounter got so much easier having one extra companion, especially the Blade Dancer, but yeah. Helps. It really does. Forge World in build. Not really. I guess a Forge World in build is just Pascal. That's it really. Plasma weapons. You could use heavy armor, though. Pascal's bugged and he doesn't get forged for a purpose, so he doesn't have his sub-skin armor. You have to manually add it back in, but you also need to get 45 strength for heavy armor, which is a bit of a nuisance early game for him. Let's just sneak up here. You want to proc the seed? There we go. Alright, let's mess them up.
Take a knee and bow before me. All of you will bleed.
Ooh, you're going to be slightly out of position.
Death to the weak. I serve the ruinous powers.
Nice, nice. Those early parries coming in useful. Well, first of all, actually, if we... Will this give us a damage boost?
Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes. Already done.
I'll do it. Faith
Whack
indeed
you
is
under the keel
worthless.
for that.
Doubt is
Your aim.
Regiment's tactics are quite fun, I'm not going to lie.
There is only death. Yours.
It really does benefit from having a strong front line.
Trust me.
Woo.
I shall,
Let's hit you.
as honor ordains.
Oh, he parries?
The shadows will see us.
Didn't parry that one. A blood.
Victory is imminent. It will be done. And you're reduced to dust. Just a minor setback.
Chaos guides me.
Alright, Idara can actually gain cover. These guys have spread out a little bit, but she does have a sniper, so if at all possible, I do want to try and kill the sniper. How much armor do you have? Not much. We miss.
No can do.
Yep, not so recent road trader build. I'm just thinking about build for next run. Well, obviously Forge World works well with heavy armor. But there's not really that much else that you got really going for it.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
As my blade whispers your name.
Chaos guides me.
Okay, so we've taken out one of these little things. Do I want to start moving up to try and take out the other one? We can burst fire here without hitting Cabela, which is ideal.
Not a problem.
Very nice. Alright, so start moving Argenta up as well. She's going to be in the open a little bit, but she does have the temp wounds.
Trust this town. The other side awaits. As honor ordains.
Oh, meant to click there. That was a boo-boo.
Do you think my body was suffering? I shall not fail.
I will do my duty.
Crime Lord in builds use good crit damage. Yeah, Crime Lord's pretty good. But Crime Lord, for a ranged soldier, what benefit way more from Fortress. You could do Operative, but again, Forge Pod doesn't really seem to go with that, because you want what kind of Voidborn there.
Indeed.
Let's get death from believers.
Anything else? On it.
Ooh, some damage.
Was it you? Or
Emperor, give me strength. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Come on, Idra.
Anything?
Beautiful.
Momentum.
Alrighty.
Suits my purposes. All too easy. My time is now.
Oh, that's the Warden. We don't really want to be shooting him.
Another clean strike.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Out of my way.
Brace yourself.
Another voice to
Oh.
join my choir.
Oh, that guy absolutely took her out.
as the as honor, death is a blessing. The shadows will see it done. I shall not fail.
Abelard. You can get in
A
his face.
tactically sound approach. At your beck and call.
But of what an
Shame.
unfortunate turn of fate. Will do.
I'm afraid not. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
On it.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I shall not fear. Suits my purposes.
Just really want to thank you for your content analysis. Really interesting, useful. No worries. I was going to say, Forge World, yeah, you could still go inside. Let me check what benefits and stuff, because I can't remember off the top of my head for it. But yeah, we'll have a quick little look at what it do with,
As honor
yeah, when I pick up Pascal in a sec.
I will leave footprints of scarlet.
Too far?
Victory is imminent. At your beck and call. I will do my duty.
Will do.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
Well, I feel like you haven't had a turn for edges.
Let's see how they respond to this. Not a problem for me. Nothing I can do. All too easy.
Cool. Lenses are down. I have not been efficient at all. Oh, he's should have a lot of exploits.
I have wrought your downfall.
Momentum.
I'll paint your death in
Dance of
colors.
blades and shadows.
What a waste. I can't believe I did not plan that one out right.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Now let's get the noble sword. Noble sword is actually one that, because we don't have a psychic, isn't going to be as useful. But we can still use it for Wrath of St. Drusius, and we can also still get Disturb, and it's going to get a damage increase, so it's going to out-damage most things. So yeah, we'll pop that there for her. Abelard, for now, we can actually secondary the big boy as well. Alright, lovely. Fun enough, yeah, for those of you who don't have it to hand, I am actually using the spreadsheet myself, so if I just quickly open that. So, yeah, I'm checking here for my own builds. So, first off, Rogue Trader. So, level 8, Unfaltering Fire. Why was I even checking that? Of course it's Unfaltering Fire. Rapid Fire no longer reduces damage. And yeah, I was going to go into Awareness, so I had that in my Rogue Trader, because that's very useful to have in Act 3, because you can get some hidden items. Abelard, yep, Athletics. And now, if we take Clenched Teeth, that's going to be a lot of good damage deflection early on. Idera, we're going to be wanting to probably get Backdraft now, I would say. Because then, so for the next fight, we're going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. Yes, we can get Backdraft and Psychic Barrage. Or even Backdraft and... what's the other one called? Pain Channeling. Yes. Backdraft. Pain Channeling. And so that means when we go to do the next fight on the planet, we're going to do a lot of damage. So yep, Unfaltering Fire. Demolitions. Cassia. What is on late for Cassia? Ebb and Flow. And we can take Law Warp on her, because she'll need that for later. And I've got everyone else taking Awareness, and she doesn't need Persuasion just yet. Yeah, so we get some buffs here. Yeah, so Law Warp, because she will eventually need that. Cassia. Ooh, okay, so we're not going to need Demolitions, really, because we can take that on our Rogue Trader as well. There's nothing really useful for her otherwise. Athletics she won't need, because both Heinrichs and Abelard will have that. Carews she won't get up high enough, so yeah, we're gonna double the stat here. Cabela level 8. So this one is one of the ones that is sort of free to take. So you could take dual weapon combat here. Again, I don't think Combat Master's ever going to be worth it. It Will Not Die, I don't really think it's that worth it. Grenada, really good. Nimble, useful, but not the best. Definitely don't need swift movements. So, yeah, I'm going to take dual weapon combat. Oops. And, yeah, that'll be useful when I've got allies too close, so I can't blade dance. Yeah. Genter's right. Yep. You can be so mean to our to Idra there. Noble Sword's just too good early game. Yeah, no, it's really, really good. And especially if you're doing a Deathworld Blade Dancer, it's all the way good through Act 2 as well. Yeah, the dude. When I was trying to learn the game, there was so little useful information out there that yeah, it was so good for me. And so when I was coming up and learning this stuff, I thought it'd be good to share it with other people. I can't believe it's taken us 2 hours to actually touch down on Reich and Mortis.
Victory awaits.
This is not a speedrun, for sure. Now, this next battle, you can, because cover's still not the best in this game, you can actually be shredded quite badly. Right. We do not want to give them any fuel. We want to save that for Act 2 to give to the Void Station. And we can get some goodies. So, chainsword, power maul, auto gun, a bunch of medkits, strike gloves, force grenades, and fencing light armor. That's not bad, actually. Yeah, well, we've also got improved body glove, which is good. So base armor property plus 10 damage against more parry. I'm not going to keep this, but this is just because it's giving me that extra armor there. 25% here. We're going to actually give out over here for Argenta. 10% here. I like that that gives her the extra 5 agility, so I'm going to be fine with that there. Idira, because she doesn't have the best dodge, you could actually go into the medium armors, but meh. Did we want to swap over any of the weapons? No, because I'm using Noble Sword, but we will possibly, yep, that's got more armor pen, so we will borrow that here. Chainsword, also more crit damage. Power Maul's another underrated weapon. Yeah, Power Maul. Well, the thing is, with Get Off Me, everything knockdowns for A-Blood. But the thing is, it's the melee weapon specialist, so you can have 2 1 AP attacks. That's what I think is really good with that. But yeah, no, Power Maul's and Axe is really good. For DLC 2, my videos are going to be a lot more sharper because my early videos when I was playing Rogue Trader were sort of me discussing what I was learning as I was learning it, so they weren't as concise as they could have been. But for DLC 2, because I should be having a couple of weeks to a month early access, I'll be able to really get my thoughts together, so it'll be all nice and concise and ready to go for you guys. So that should be quite helpful. So we'll go grab Pascal, have a quick look at some of the Forge World stuff, give some thoughts on that, and then, yeah, probably call it there for now. But yeah, the wiki for the game is so out of date. I am going to be updating the loot table as well, so at least you'll know what's going on there, and I'll probably put in all the talents as well with the up-to-date ones onto the spreadsheet. And then hopefully someone will just steal it for a wiki. Let's grab the little items over here. So yeah, the plan is to get as much stuff as up to date as possible, and hopefully, when DLC 2 comes, if it gets a big enough push, hopefully we'll get more people interested. So there will be an up to date wiki, and they can just steal stuff straight from my spreadsheet. I don't care.
Some bumbling idiot's going to regret.
Right, so A-Blood will put in half cover here. Cabela will want in full cover. Everyone else, just get as far back as you can so you don't get blasted at the start. Because the thing is, even with cover, they tend to just get shredded. Catherine, however, you can probably be a little bit further up because you'll get a turn first. Actually, no, because you're going to be out of cover as well. Let's just throw every... I'm having doubts.
Out of my way.
This can explode. I don't want to get too close. But, okay, who's going to get that goes first? So you'll be back there. And you're someone we definitely want dead.
Nothing I can't do. Already done. Nothing of value
Okay,
has been
priority
lost.
target hit. 9%, 9%, 35. Miss, okay.
Let's make it quick.
Step aside. The Navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Oh, we get free attack.
All too easy.
Fortress Sword, baby.
You didn't stand a chance.
Okay, very nice. Then, seeing as we move forwards, we might as well get half cover. Okay, Ablad got caught a little bit there.
At the ready. Out of my way.
Ooh, Cabela took a lot of damage there. See what I mean? AI just don't give a fuck. They just fire.
A waste of blood. You can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Nice. Alright. Now it's going to be a little bit safer. So we got Bruiser Rebel here. Another Bruiser. That's a gunner. You probably want to get him so he doesn't burst fire. Very nice. Don't explode. Perfect.
Was that you? Or
What have you got 4 stacks of? I don't see it now. Oh, it's your own ability. Okay, first of all, heal up. Bruiser Rebel, Rebel Agitator. You're the one we want. So we are going to jump. This will put Disturbed on both of them, so this will up our damage for Blade Dance. Nice. And then... Very nice. Papillard.
Follow my lead. Indeed.
Now get up there and get hit.
Victory is imminent.
Now, do we want to leave him with his full armor? Yeah, why not? So defensive stance is active, so by not attacking we get that extra 22% armor. And with 7 deflection, they're going to do nothing to him. As if they can even hit him anyway. Alright, most of the nuisances that could trouble us with burst fires down, so that's why we're fine to move up to here.
Let's make it quick.
Alright, Cassia should be safe
Be
to move
careful
up.
not to cross my gaze.
Can't hit there, but... Who did we buff? Oh, we buffed you. That's why. Just out of reach.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Damn, I was hoping to get that. I came here first, Prison Planet and Navigator Station. That was something... Yeah, no, it sucks to come here first because you're a little squishy.
Get to it.
Yeah, Blood's not going to take much damage at all.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. I'll do it.
Yeah, we're not going to waste the heroic here.
they who discern the future on the battlefield.
She miss.
Anything else?
Oh. Sure, let's Death Wards.
The undying Emperor whispers his will. Killing brings me no pleasure. I am your blade and shield. Trust me. As death is a blessing. As the tenets demand.
Let's abuse some mechanics.
Aim for the heart next time. I shall not fail. Trust me. Thy blade be drenched in blood, and thy blessing flow through my veins.
Blade dance is so good. But we got broken ribs. Alright, we'll probably switch her out for Pascal. Worth. Hopefully these shock batons get some sort of benefits. Right now they don't do anything. Like, they don't shock or stun. They don't have any chance for it. They do. They would be nice if they had a stun chance or something. No, I don't enjoy two-handed Cabela. Other people say that they use it, but I found no benefit to it. Anyone not got a clue? Well, you don't, but you can't really use it. Yeah, because you get less attacks from Blade Dance. You don't have both abilities. It's, yeah.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
And it two-handed does get more strength to DFA, but meh. Alright, with this one, I always skip this cutscene, so there's a chance it can bug and break your save. Curious why you don't level Fellowship in the Cassia spreadsheet. Because you don't need to. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guy. Didn't mean to maim you. So, Cassia can actually level her Fellowship from picking Navigator abilities. And because I want to get the intelligence on her, you don't really need to. Because most of her powers come from willpower and perception. And you don't really go heavily into the officer talents till tier 3, at least the way that I build it. So it's not really until a little bit later that you do it, and you get which powers? Is it Blood Ordery? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Nope, not that one. Is it Eye of Oblivion? Nope. Already got that one. Could be. I've already got Ebb and Flow. Nope. Let's just quickly. There's a power that I'm looking for. It gives you more Fellowship. Ah, there we go. Natural Law. You get +5 Fellowship and an additional 1 Fellowship for every Navigator talent or Navigator power taken. I do eventually. Well, actually, no. I don't even bother with Fellowship. You don't need to. You can always swap the intelligence for it, but I find that getting the intelligence is just useful for getting the warp check up. But that's mostly because I play on unfair. If I was playing on lower difficulties where I don't need to min-max so hard to get that warp up, then I probably would.
I won't tolerate weakness.
And especially because most of the powers that you're using from her, it's coming from here with obviously a willpower bonus. Oh yeah, little trick you can do here.
Yes, I go where the whispers lead. How may I serve the
So
dynasty?
you've got the people wandering around here. You can actually shoot these barrels outside of combat, and you can sort of alpha strike it.
My whispers crave entertainment.
So you can pick off a couple of them, and you can also make your cover safe.
Will do. But of course.
And so the enemies don't shoot when you're in cover here and wipe out your team.
On it.
A new challenge for me.
Did I mention mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
The knee and bow before me.
I'll turn you into corpse starch. Let's get to it.
I will endure.
Which side do I want to go for?
My tactics are flawless. Not a problem.
And then I shoot myself with this barrel.
Nothing I can't do.
That's going to be a problem. She might go down here. I'm going to have to use Cabela to... Ooh, she doesn't have anything to heal her with. Well.
As honor ordains. As the tenets demand. Killing brings me no pleasure. As death is a blessing, the shadows will see it done.
Different Blade Dancer shrunk.
As on
Alright, we cleared this side, so that should make her a little bit safer. They're mostly melee. The one shooty one's this guy.
I have read tomes of military tactics.
This will actually be very helpful.
If I may,
Rookies.
And then Abelard. Move you over one.
I will do my duty.
Let's get to it.
And Idira, who can now freely blast because we're not going to get any backdraft on it.
what?
It's such good damage. So because of the backdraft, they each take an extra half, and any extra step damage gets pain channeled to a new target. So the lightning arcs in here, really good next one. Then Argenta.
Rejoice in battle. Doubt is eliminated.
Taught you to fight like this.
Ooh. Smoke's helping them.
Here we go.
Faith shields me.
Alright, now we can get some cover.
Never wavered in the face of adversity. Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Slightly average. Alright, Kibella. And then go for the agitator.
As the teeth come, the other side awaits. I feel nothing, fear nothing. Trust death is a blessing.
And last chap. Almost. What do we know about arbiters in terms of role in combat? Melee specialist with shield and something else? We don't really know anything yet. They haven't really divulged any of that stuff. So yeah, it's all going to be a bit of a mystery till we do see. Because obviously it could be shotgun based, it could be bolter based, though I don't think it would overlap with soldier all that much. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Like a lot of people have said that they're hoping it's going to be like shield and tanky.
I tire of idleness. Let's move.
Join me in prayer. Blessed be the hand of the healer.
But yeah, we'll have to pretty much just wait and see. Hey, blood's still good. But yeah, all we know is it's a dog handler companion.
This ocular implant
Would you
was
look
a
at that?
worthwhile
I'll lay
investment.
claim to the stars.
Over there.
So I'm actually going to be a melee ranged heavy gunner. That's my plan for my soldier build.
This task should have been accomplished easily. I better myself through my service. Never doubt me.
Cabello actually should level up now because we're about to drop her from the pie for a little bit. So we'll get the 4 charges of Death Waltz on her. We're going to want the 30% rate of fire Abelard. We're going to want the generate MP. Idra doesn't really matter because we're probably never going to use that, so we'll take that. So she's taken awareness. I guess we need Lord Xenos on her. Then, yep, 30% rate of fire. And Cassior, we want -1 AP costs on extra turns.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Pascal coming in here to blow some people up.
Oh,
Their voices are...
How strange.
My escort was back.
Unfortunately, because of Cabela's wounds, it's going to be worth dropping her for now. Which Pascal build am I going to go for? Well, we want ballistic skills first. Let's have a little look at the spreadsheets. We have Bounty Hunter, Grand Strategist, and we also have Execution available. Alright. Oh yes, so obviously we can actually have a quick little look at what we get from Forge World. So you can so you can use Persuasion, Intelligence, and Fellowship with Int here. So you could do a Forge World Operative Crime Lord. Yeah, because then you can get some stuff off that. There's not really that many plasma weapons that will benefit from it, but literally calculated relations is the only benefit you'd really get there. If you went heavy arm, well, actually persistence of the forge as well, because obviously the dodge reduction. But yeah, no, I don't think pinnacle weaponry because I don't think plasma and melter would be worthwhile. But it does apply to power weapons, but that's melee, so again, you wouldn't really be using that. But if you went, say, for a heavy armor build, obviously you can use pinnacle of weaponry there, which isn't too bad. But yeah, it's going to depend what you want to go for it there and there. But anyway, machine spirit scan protocols, uncanny sight. We want more ballistic skill so we can actually hit some things. Then I'm going to take tactical knowledge, tech use because we want to unlock things. Comprehensive analysis, so yep, more exploits the better. I'm gonna take Grenadier because I love Grenadier. Dismantling, let's take 2 because Idra got the other one, and we get some logic. Now, one of the things with Pascal as well is he is meant to have a bonus that he lost. So he used to have Reject the Flesh, but if we go into his features, we go into his talents, he's not actually getting anything from his Forge World. So he's meant to either get subsystems, armor, locomotive, or analytics system. He actually doesn't have any of them. None of them. So if you have a toy box installed, you can actually get this back for Pascal. So we go over here, we go down to Pascal, we go over to, I think it's features. And then if we put in, so the one that he's meant to have, or what he used to have, was subskid armor, which somehow he lost. So if we go here, we click for show all, you can actually add back his subskin armor. And then he gets his 11% armor that he's meant to have. Boom. So yeah, so that's what he's meant to have here. And then, so we can swap out his holy vestments. So 25, what else we got? Yeah, so, actually, for now, he gets the +2 tech use. As soon as I get anything better, I can swap that out. Do I have anything worth swapping for this? Until I have another sniper, I do not. Alright, let's quickly go back to get the Death World armor from in here. So at the moment I was using the extra one here, but we can get the agility. Yes, and that will pop us up a level as well. So that's going to help us in our queue for turn order. Is there any place for close combat forward world operative crime lord with plasma pistol and power sword? Yeah, you can make a warrior do that for sure. Obviously, he's not going to be int based, but yeah, that'd work really well for warrior.
Attention to detail is the key to success.
Oh yeah, over here, there's actually a bolter that you could give back to Argenta.
Cast your eye there.
So the difference with this one is the recoil is 25, not the insane recoil that she had on her other one. Because if you look at the Unfading Valor, recoil 40. So yeah, it's not the best. It does have an extra rate of fire, so there is that to consider, but I just don't think it's worthwhile because it just goes everywhere.
None shall stand in my way.
You got some grenades, so Pascal can get that. Knockback grenade. We'll give him some Medicaid later.
Sometimes I wonder to what extent our
Yes,
the
subskin
Empyrean
armor. The synth armor, sorry.
I'm glad that I never have to look at
So her agility can use it,
but I'll
so
do just fine without an eyeball in the middle
extra
of my
dodge.
forehead.
Follow my lead.
And that means we can then give this to Cassia. And then we can give this to Idra. Right, we'll just quickly do the turret fight, and then I'm probably going to call stream there for the night. Oh my god, it's a 95 if you failed. Yeah, pro tip for this encounter, do not start in front of it.
I will take you down. Hold on.
All too easy. Already done.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Nothing I can't do.
Just missing.
Not a problem for me.
Yes, Pascal.
As the tactical imperative dictates. The old sire knows all, comprehends all.
Let's get to it.
Out of my way.
Scared.
Will do. Be gone.
Yeah.
Let's make challenges. Let's get to it.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do escape the
Love that
Emperor's
sound.
judgment. Doubt is for the weak. Dedicated.
Here we go.
Alright, Papa Lard.
Worse battles than this in my time.
I'm just going to move up so he doesn't get blasted by our allied turrets. Correct. Correct. Ooh, stuff. Which can respect Maozai to Blade Dancer? Yeah, Maozai seemed to be perfect for Blade Dancer Executioner, but obviously he was invented before that existed. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone. I'm going to stop the stream there because I have been going for 2 hours and I have people that need attention. So, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. Bye.